Hey guys, Zach from See What Zach here. The night's over. We can officially look back and reflect on tonight's 12 games. A lot of action happening, a little bit of change in the standings, so let's go ahead and jump on into it. First game was the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Florida Panthers. The Lightning pulled this one out. The Bobrovsky, I've noticed, I haven't watched a ton of Florida Panthers games. I've been trying to mix and match which ones I watch as much as I can. He doesn't have great rebound control. I don't know if he did in Columbus. I don't remember too much of his rebound control. I don't remember his rebound control being so bad. But in this game, he made a lot of saves. Yeah, but his rebound control, he would stop a puck and it goes right back into the best places for Tampa to get another shot. His defense had to bail him out a few times. So, I don't know what's going on with Bobrovsky, but he's off. I mean, he made some good saves, and it was a close game, but it could have probably been easily 3-4-1 if it wasn't for a couple of big saves from his defense and his friends, the goalposts, in this game. But Tampa Bay takes away 2 points in this game. 2-1 was the final. Tampa moves to 15-11-3. Florida moves to 15-10-5. So it's technically a 500 club. There's third place in the division, but they are only a 500 club technically with the losses. It's interesting. Shots on goal. Tampa took that 48 shots to 28 shots. So yeah, Bobrovsky did save a lot of shots, but again, he had a lot of shots that could have and should have gone in, and got lucky they didn't. So yeah, I think Bobrovsky, their defense isn't as good as Columbus's. Maybe that's why he's not as good this year. It's showing some holes, and his rebound control. Those maybe, I'm guessing those got to be the two differences here, because it's just not the same team, or the same goaltender as he was last year. Maybe he'll pick it up after the Christmas break. I'm not sure. But anyways, your scoring plays. Steven Stamkos at 6:42 of the first period from Kaloran. Then Kaloran is like, hey, that sounds good. Let's get a goal. So Kaloran goes in, gets the second goal at 4:51 of the second period from Cirelli and Cernak. Then Dagnov scores 18 minutes into the third period from Huberdeau and Hoffman. Those are your scoring plays. There wasn't a whole lot of scoring. It was an okay game. I thought it would be a little bit more interesting than it was. Your 3 stars, I do have star magnets that we have just cut out today. I didn't have Kitty Commentary do these ones, and they turned out kind of crappy. So, they're there, but yeah, they're not as good. But yeah. So, Vasilevsky, so number 1 star is yellow, second star is green, third star is orange. Vasilevsky was your first star, Bobrovsky is second star. Kaloran is your third star with his goal and assists. So, big night for Vasilevsky. Again, Bobrovsky didn't make a lot of saves. It's just his rebound control. He needs to work on that. And Kaloran, obviously, 2 points is pretty big to help Tampa Bay stay in the hunt for a playoff spot. Other game I'll pay attention to and wrote down some stats for. The Calgary Flames taking on the Arizona Coyotes. The Calgary Flames are starting to show to become the team that they were supposed to be from last year. They are playing very well right now. I think it was 6 games in a row now. They won 6 or 7 games now. They're in a winning streak, right? Yeah. Doing great. So they won 5-2 against Arizona. So they shut down Arizona. They scored a lot on Antti Ranta. A couple goals he should have had that he let in. That just Antti Ranta shouldn't have started the game. Should have been Kemper, but whatever. That moves the Calgary Flames 17-12-9. Sorry, 17-12-4. I believe is what their record is. And the Coyotes are 18-11-4 now. Yeah, the Calgary Flames are looking like they're going to be making their way up to the top of the Pacific very soon, especially with the Edmonton Oilers and the Coyotes kind of dropping off a little bit here. So we'll see. Shots on goal, 29-48 for the Calgary Flames. Well, for Arizona, I guess, had the more shots, but Calgary shut the door. Cam Talbot was pretty good this game. And, yeah, shut down the Coyotes' offense, which is lackluster. So once there was 2 or 3-0, I'm just like, yeah, this game's over. Arizona doesn't score that many goals usually on a whole. This game's in the bag as long as Calgary doesn't give up, doesn't let off the pedal. They should win this game. Scoring plays, you got Frolik at 2:11 of the first period from Ronaldo. Then you got Johnny Gaudreau, so Johnny Hockey finally starting to get some points. Thank God, because I have him on my fantasy league. It's nice to see him actually getting points. At 4:03 of the first from Ryan. Then Ronaldo is like, Frolik's like, hey, you help me out, let me help you out. So Ronaldo gets one at 5:28 of the second period from Michael Frolik. So Frolik and Ronaldo like to share who gets the goal, who gets the assist. Sean Monahan gets one at 14:18 of the second period from Backlund and Hamnick. Then Chichurin gets one at 19:49 of the second period to make it 4-1 at that point. That was a cute goal, but whatever. Then Lucic gets another one, so Lucic is starting to heat up a little bit, which is good to see because it's always good to see a player who was kind of everyone was making fun of and kind of putting him down and thought he was on the downside of it. Starting to get some points, which is nice. From Anderson and Hoffman at 14:32 of the third period to make it 5-1, and then Kessel throws in one at 19:28 of the third period from Stefan and Keller to make it 5-2. Clayton Keller needs to get going. He's getting a lot of assists, but I have not seen him on the score sheet a lot. Phil Kessel could pick up his game a little bit. They need some scoring depth. I've heard rumors that Arizona is trying to get Taylor Hall right now. I think that wouldn't be a horrible idea because they could use any scoring depth. I'm not saying Taylor Hall is an amazing goal scorer, but he might be able to give them a little bit more depth because they need something because their goal scoring is the worst thing on that team. If their defense starts to diminish, their goaltending can't, or their goal scoring can't sustain it. It's bad. Anyways, rest of the games for the night. The Montreal Canadiens went in and beat Pittsburgh 4-1. So Montreal gets a nice win there and keeps Pittsburgh, drops Pittsburgh into the second wild card. Buffalo, which is why I'm wearing the jersey for Buffalo, goes in and beats the defending Stanley Cup champions 5-2. So big win for Buffalo. Buffalo's starting to put together some wins, which they desperately needed. Winnipeg goes in and beats Detroit. No surprise there, 5-1. So, I mean, at least Detroit's scoring a goal every game. Yay, I guess. There's nothing really positive. I can't pull anything positive out of the Red Wings right now. Next year, the Nashville Predators go in and beat the San Jose Sharks 3-1. Minnesota and the Anaheim Ducks. So Minnesota came back from being down 2-0 to tie it and go to a shootout where the Ducks won in shootout. It was the first home game for their goalie. What is his name? I'm blanking on the Minnesota's goalie's name. I'm sorry about that one. But yeah, the Minnesota's goalie, it was his first home game in Minnesota, so that was a big deal. He did good. He played hard. You could tell he was a rookie goaltender when it came to that shootout. They picked him apart in both shots for the Ducks. But hey, Minnesota did walk away with a point, which they do need. Dallas goes in and beats New Jersey. No surprise there, 2-0. So again, that's where I look at least the Red Wings are scoring a goal. New Jersey can't score any, but New Jersey does have more wins. So not really picking hairs here. That's all. Carolina goes in and beats the Oilers 6-3. So big win for Carolina there, and a big loss for Edmonton. The Vegas Knights goes in. So this one sucks. So Vegas goes in and plays Chicago. It was 5-0 to the last minute of the game. Marc-Andre Fleur's first game back after his father passed. Huge game, less than a minute away from getting a shutout in his first game back, and Blackhawks score and take away the shutout with like 30-something seconds left. It's like, why? Man, that sucked. Anyways, Vegas wins 5-1 in that one. Toronto goes in and beats Vancouver 4-1, which is a big deal because Toronto, again, is trying to stay in the playoff hunt right now, and they desperately need wins. So getting back-to-back wins is nice. And LA put a little dagger into the New York Rangers' chances of staying in the playoff hunt. We'll see how that all works out. Just because there's so many teams in the Metro in the playoffs, every loss for a Metro team right now is huge. For any of them that are not in the playoff hunt, like the playoff spot, a loss is a huge loss, especially against one of the worst teams in the NHL right now, which is the LA Kings. So, yeah, that was a big loss and a big win for LA. But yeah, those are your scores for tonight, which is Tuesday, December 10th. Updated standings. The Oilers stay in first place for a minute with 40 points in the Pacific. Coyotes are still second with 40 points. Calgary Flames are 38 points, so 2 points back of first place in the Pacific Division now. So look out for Calgary. St. Louis stays at 42 points with their big loss to Buffalo. Colorado stays at 41 because they were inactive today. Winnipeg moves up to 40 points with their annihilation of the Detroit Red Wings, so you're welcome for those 3 points. Your wild cards, Dallas stays at the second wild card but wins with 39 points, and Vegas stays in the second wild card with 37 points. So nothing really moves much in the West. Just more teams inch closer and closer to from taking over the first place in the divisions. I can't speak. The Eastern Conference. Boston didn't play tonight, so they stay at 46 points ahead of everybody else in the Atlantic. Buffalo moves to second place in the Atlantic. Yay, go Buffalo. I'm kidding. I mean, I hope they do well. I hope they make the playoffs. I just don't see this team being anything relevant in the playoffs. Maybe for the fan base, it would just be great to be back in the playoffs. I've heard that from them. So, hey, I hope they make it for the fan base. I don't think they'll make it past the first round. We'll see. Florida's in third now at 35 with their loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Capitals were inactive today with 49 points, still leading the league and the Metro. New York Islanders were inactive, second with 42 points. The Flyers were inactive with 39 points in third place. Wild cards. So Carolina beats Edmonton, moves into the first wild card spot with 39 points, tied with Philly. And then Pittsburgh drops the second wild card with 38 points. So those are your standings. I think New York's at like 34 points or 33 points. So they're starting with that loss. That's a huge loss when you're that far. You're like 6 points back of them, or 5 points back of Pittsburgh. Yeah, you need that win to stay in the hunt, because again, these teams, maybe Pittsburgh starts to drop, but most of these teams in the Metro are not gonna. I think they're just gonna keep going up and up. Every loss hurts. Anyways, that's my feeling. We'll see if I'm right come April. Not much happened with the standings of the American Hockey League. Milwaukee did go to the shootout. They got a point out of it. Yeah, nothing else really won. The Roadrunners got another 2 points. Yeah, nobody really moved a whole lot. A couple of the lower teams moved a little bit, but no, the top teams are still the top teams. So we got Providence, Toronto, Milwaukee, and the Roadrunners and Tucson. I can't for some reason. The Roadrunners, for some reason, I can't do it. I can't do them. I'm just gonna call them the Roadrunners. So you know why I'm calling them the Roadrunners? Because I can't say their name. I'm gonna work on that. But for right now, it's just the Roadrunners lead the Pacific Division for the American Hockey League. Anyways, those are your scores and updated standings for the NHL, American Hockey League, and all your scores for the National Hockey League. This is Zach from Say What Zach. If you guys like the video, give us a like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that fun stuff going on. And yeah, this is fun. I'm gonna try and get used to doing it at least most of the days of the week. Obviously Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday are still gonna stay on. I'm gonna try and plug in Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll see how that works out. Obviously this is Tuesday. Went pretty well so far today, but we'll see. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys again soon.